Let's start the show, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the co-host of Anything Can Happen and the host of Get Your News On with Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome into the virtual game show studio, Ron Placone.
What's up, Graham? I am thrilled to hear. First of all, happy belated. I know I texted you on your birthday, but it was recently. I hope you had a good one, and
Yes.
I hope you had a good vegan smoothie today. I actually just got finished hunting elk with my bare hands down at Cabrillo Beach. It's a new thing I do now. I mean, I feel it's one with nature. I mean, I just capture the elk and I wrestle them. They go peacefully. And then I'm the same with fish. I'll just kind of scoop them out of the ocean the same way the seagulls do it. In fact, I track the seagulls and I swim out there. I get the fish and then I build a little fire, you know?
Well, this is very illuminating, Ron. I had no idea there was wild elk roaming the beaches of San Pedro. And that
A lot of people don't know it. You know, Pedro is a very underrated part of Los Angeles, and there's just a lot of cool hidden gems that people don't know about. People don't know about Sunken City. They're like, oh my God, the Big Lebowski scene was filmed there. Totally. They don't know some of the most iconic scenes of 500 Days of Summer were filmed in San Pedro. And they also don't know that, yes, elk everywhere.
All right, so Ron murdered an elk. All right, that's good. We didn't know that at all. We had no idea that Ron was a big elk murderer down at the beaches there. So every time you do one of those, hey, everybody, everything goes easier from a guy at the beach, it's right after or just before you kill an elk?
Well, I mean, it varies, but that's why I always wear a hat. I mean, some people think it's because, like, oh, the sun and he's a ginger. It's like, no, it's because, you know, I mean, I just had a rough wrestling with an elk, you know, and
it's impressive, Ron. You give this very sort of even keel, mellow demeanor. Then who knew you were just some kind of psycho mountain man that just wants to murder elk and drink their blood?
Western Pennsylvania is a weird place, Graham. And, you know, people who grew up there, there's just a lot of unsuspecting things.
So when you were doing those gigs and VAs in Western Pennsylvania as a young comedian, you were also just murdering elk and sleeping inside of their husk. But that's where you crashed for the show? Or
Graham, I was baptized by a football. Not like, oh, they didn't put water on my head. It was like, no, a football did the ceremony. A football. So, yeah, I mean, weird shit happens.
Because in Western Pennsylvania, footballs are sentient beings.
If it's autographed by Dan Marino, that was the law up until that was the law until 1998. So yeah, I mean, it was like there was just an autograph, Dan Marino autographed football that blessed me. And I don't know how legit it is, but I don't. I mean, don't bring that up around my parents, because if you question that, they're just like, no, the football baptized our kid.
We're learning a lot from Ron Placone. So, let's get the show going. I see JB might be having a camera issue. Oh, there, he just got it fixed. So why don't we bring on our first contestant?
Sure. So this guy is the creator of Open Primaries, something that is intended to open the primary. So I'm sure he will have a lot of thoughts about the theme about this show. So please welcome Mr. JB Opdycke, everybody.
What's up, JB?
Hello. I'm also enjoying a vegan smoothie. I think it's got
grapes.
It's got grapes.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think just grapes.
That's vegan.
Yeah.
So, I love your holistic approach, JB. And
yeah. Keep it simple.
I love that you went, you know what? I don't need to be sober for Graham's game show. I'm going to, you know.
Hey, I'm having one glass of wine.
We didn't even give him that.
This is not my fifth. This is not my fifth or anything like that. So you don't have to worry. I'll be sharp as a tack.
No, we actually didn't even give you the hint, man. But we have found statistically being sober is a disadvantage in this game.
Oh, we've had numerous people under some type of influence do quite well on the show. So yeah. I don't know. It's the way to do as we say that, I think Clarisse is just doing bong rips, waiting to come on the show now that she heard that. Well, JB, good to have you here, my friend.
Yeah, my
and best of luck. Ron, tell us who our next contestant is on Anything Can Happen.
Our next contestant is a comedian and actor out of Hawaii. Please welcome to the show the very funny Clarisse Lee.
What's up, Clarisse?
Hi, Graham. Hi, Ron. Hi, JB. Thank you
Hi.
guys so much for having me. Graham, I really enjoyed hearing all of your ingredients. I was just like that. Those are a lot of ingredients. I don't think I even know that many people that are GMO free and organic. Like that was a lot.
Yes, I have more ingredients than people that are GMO free. So Clarisse, you live in Oahu. That's right, Matt. You doing shows here, but you're going to be moving to LA soon, right?
Yes, I will be. It's an exciting transition, but it's gonna happen.
Well, you should definitely talk to Ron. He's got some shows he can hook you up with, and also elk hunting.
Yeah, I recommend the San Pedro neighborhood. How are you with the crossbow?
I'm pretty good.
Nice.
I live in Kalihi, so that's probably the Hawaiian equivalent of San Pedro.
Perfect. Yeah. Say no more. Say no more.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but people hunt wild boar here. It's a pretty intense thing. I've
actually
seen
part of like the traditional sustenance farming and hunting. That's part of the traditional Hawaiian culture. So of course I'm great with my hands as a result. Ron.
Perfect. Yes. We're doing this.
This is the hunting episode of Anything Can Happen. All right, folks, let's get into our first round of Anything Can Happen. Our category will be Who Said This? Democrat or Republican? I will read a quote from a prominent Democrat or Republican, either president, vice president, presidential cabinet, or key member of the party, not like a Speaker of the House, or it won't be some obscure person. It'll be somebody significant. First person to raise their hand after the quote gets to choose if it's a Democrat or Republican. If you answer correctly, you get a point, and then you have a chance at a bonus point by guessing which person of that party said that quote. If you get it wrong, the other person has a chance to steal the point. Person with the most points at the end of round one gets to choose the category going into round three. And of course, the winner of tonight's contest will get an elk's head courtesy of Ron Placone.
Oh, it's on. It's on.
All right. Our very first quote. It's exciting. We've been doing this. Anything can happen. The title of the show tells you that literally anything can happen. Much like politics in America, anything can happen. Anyone can win. FBI can raid presidents' homes. Anything can happen. Capitol buildings can be taken over. It is fantastic. All right. Let us go. Sorry, I'm having a little quick tech. Okay.
Hey, anything can happen, Graham. So this is just part of the show.
Yes. Okay. Which Democrat or Republican said the following quote? I would have made a good pope.
Clarisse.
Republican.
Clarisse Lee, congratulations. You were on the board with your very first point. Out of the gate strong, representing the beautiful island of Oahu quite well. A chance to double your points, Clarisse. Which famous Republican said this quote? I would have made a good pope.
I'll pass.
Well, you should at least guess. Just guess.
God. How many Republicans do I know? George W. Bush.
That is incorrect.
JB, what number is this, right, by the way?
This is 106, Ron.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Sorry, I'll do that so you get it. My bad. JB, a chance to steal this point and tie it up out of the gate. First question, we could be locked into a tie. Which prominent Republican said this quote? I would have made a good pope.
I think, though, I think I'm wrong in saying this. I think that's Donald Trump.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure he's at least thought it. And if
yeah, I mean, that's a little tricky because I bet Donald Trump has said that to a mirror just randomly. but we don't have any evidence of that, unfortunately.
I'm sure if you asked him.
Oh, well, I met him in 1999, and he said that to me. So I get a point. Graham. No one else heard it, but I heard it. So
I was like, I knew it. He just wasn't close enough to a phone. That's all it was.
I mean, it does say it makes.
I don't want to bend the rules.
That's
I don't
actually
want to
that could have been like you met Trump and he would have been like, I would have made a great pope, and you said jokingly, well, maybe you can be president. And then we all know what happened all these years later. So you were like, I gotta.
I'm in charge.
I feel like this is
Right.
gonna be weird karma the rest of my life. I gotta start open primaries to right this wrong.
Yeah, that's why.
I feel like if you asked Trump, would you make a good fill in the blank? He would say, yes, I'd make an excellent NFL quarterback. Whatever he would say, I'm the best. I would beat LeBron James hands down.
I'd be the best pube fluffer, the best number one.
Ron
These
Placone.
questions are hard. You're saying key speaker, vice. I was like, I didn't know government has this many parts.
I'll give you a little hint. It's mostly going to be presidents.
Yeah, it's mostly presidents.
It's mostly presidents who are saying these quotes. So just pick them. If you're guessing, just guess a president that's been around in a while. But anyway, nobody gets that point. Ron Placone, tell them which non-Donald Trump Republican said that quote.
The person who we know on record said this publicly is Richard Nixon.
Yes.
Nixon said
that? Was Nixon. Yeah.
Nixon was a Quaker.
I would have made a great pope.
Nixon
I would have made a
great
great pope, and I know a
Quaker.
lot about football.
I love how perplexed you are, JB.
I don't get it. I don't understand any context in which Richard Nixon would say that. It makes absolutely no sense. But that's why we play the game, because anything can happen.
That's true. And Ron, I got to give you credit. Your Dick Nixon sounds eerily similar to your Barack Obama.
No, they're totally different. This is Barack Obama. This is Tricky Dick Nixon. They're totally different. They're different.
I see.
You know what? They both
right.
have hope. There's hope in both of them.
I get that. That was good. That was like a wine connoisseur. You really discerned the difference between a Cabernet and a something else. Since I
Obama has a different finish.
I'd like to welcome Kate into the chat. Kate, thank you so much for jumping in. She is now our scorekeeper. Clarisse has the lead 1-0 after a hotly contested, did Donald Trump say this? JB might want to invade the Capitol if he does lose as a result of this first question.
That could be a category, actually, in this show. Did Donald Trump say this?
Oh, wow. Actually.
And then every answer would, if someone says probably, we have to give them the point.
At least a half a point. They get a half a point.
You get a half a point. You're like, well, yeah, probably. Yeah, that's fair. All right.
I bet you he'd be willing to say it. Like that's at least worth something. All right. We're going to do all right. Ron, number 114. Which famous Democrat or Republican said this quote? I've purchased more pills than anyone in the world has.
Clarisse.
Obama.
Well, first, just pick Democrat or Republican.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Democrat.
Okay.
My bad.
Well, you got that point. That's correct. It is a Democrat. Now to get not another point. Who's your answer?
Damn it. Now I have to think again. I'm going to go with Obama because my mind's not going to go that far.
All right.
It wasn't me. Sorry. Wasn't me.
That answer is incorrect. JB, Clarisse has jumped out to an early 2-0 lead, a chance to cut that lead in half. Which popular Democrat said the following quote? I've purchased more pills than anyone in the world has.
I'm going to have to go with Joe Biden.
JB Opdycke, I'm going to have to go with, you just got your first point, my friend. Correct. And what was your reasoning? Because he's like another geriatric president that's probably had to buy a lot of pills.
You know, Graham, your sophomoric humor just doesn't fly over here. Okay. As president of a large country, he's had to make deals to bring in all kinds of pharmaceutical supplies into Medicare and other health providing agencies. So from a rational, logical point of view, it makes sense that it was Joe Biden.
Okay. That sounds.
You can take your snark back to, Western Pennsylvania, hang out, kill some elk, but that doesn't fly here. Okay.
Did you, before the show, just take on a job with the Biden campaign? Is that what? I love that, because you've had to wade through so much of the BS between both parties. You absolutely know how to talk like them. That was fantastic.
It's
The
true.
website's going to be Joe's Primaries now.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, JB, that was fantastic. Cutting the lead in half.
So we're
Clarisse,
1-1?
No, it's 2-1. Clarisse is up 2-1. Our next question now. This is our third question. There are 4 questions in round 1. Question 118, Ron. Which popular Democrat or Republican said this quote? For the past 7 years, I've established another tradition, embarrassing my daughters with a cornucopia of dad jokes about turkeys.
JB.
Democrat or Republican?
Republican.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
That is a Democrat. Clarisse, you have a chance now to increase your lead by telling us which popular Democrat said this quote. For the past 7 years, I've established another tradition, embarrassing my daughters with a cornucopia of dad jokes about turkeys.
Obama.
Yeah.
Clarisse Lee, correct. Congratulations. You just got your 3rd point. Outstanding. That was... JB seems a little mad at himself for not...
I figured it was Bush or Obama, both of whom had daughters in the White House, but I figured that Obama was too obvious, that it was probably a George Bush. I outthought myself. I'm a loser.
I always go for the low-hanging fruit. Always.
What should have given it away is that
cornucopia.
He wouldn't have been able. Yeah, that's
in retrospect. Yeah.
George
I
W.
love
Bush.
how you guys are going with this logic. I'm just guessing, guys. This is how James Monnet won.
That's the way to do it.
I'm
That's
telling you.
formula.
We've had so many people who are very knowledgeable about politics overthink it, like JB just did. And then the person that just goes, I don't know, Obama. Like I'm going to guess either Obama or Reagan every time. And I'm going to pick up enough points just to.
Yeah. Well, that says something about the person writing the questions, doesn't it, Graham?
Yes, it does. It does. It says that we know how to outthink political operatives.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Clarisse has the lead 3-1. We go into our final question of round 1. Remember now, the person in the lead after round 1 gets to pick the category out of 3 choices for round 2. Clarisse has a lead of 3, JB 1, but Ron, we've seen 2-point leads come and go.
Doesn't mean anything. No. Leads come and go, Graham. Anything can happen. A lot of points in this round, though. High scoring first round. It's kind of exciting. Sometimes we got low scoring first rounds, but it's always fun when there's a lot of points on the board and a lot of them get picked up. So,
Ron, any point total predictions for the end of the game by you?
Oh, okay. I'm going to predict double digits. I'm going to predict double digits by both contestants.
Oh,
wow. All right.
I'm going to go bold.
Ron just put the pressure on both of our contestants.
Oh, man. JB, we have to do stuff now.
Yeah. I got to stop thinking.
Stop thinking, keep drinking.
Yeah.
That's why, JB, it might have been better if this was your 3rd glass of wine coming into the game show.
Yeah.
Should have postponed it a little bit.
You'd just be sitting there going, I don't know, Obama, and you'd have 10 points. All right. Final question of round 1. Clarisse 3, JB Opdycke 1. But as Ron just explained, in this game, anything can happen. Number 124, Ron. Which Democrat or Republican, said this quote. The Iraqi forces are conducting the mother of all retreats.
JB.
Republican.
JB, congratulations. You just got your second point and a chance to tie it up 3-3 going into round 2, which I don't know that we've ever had that happen, Ron.
Yeah,
JB,
this could be the first.
This would be the first time, correct?
Actually,
and what do? Do we just, you and I have to pick the category, I guess?
Yeah, we got to pick it for him.
But he hasn't answered it correctly yet. JB Opdycke.
I'm gonna give a methodologically tricky answer to that question. Okay. I'm gonna say Dick Cheney. However, it may have actually come out of the mouth of George W. Bush, which does not in any way negate the fact that that is what Dick Cheney said. So I'm saying that this singular linear world in which only one person can say one thing is incorrect. And so Dick Cheney said it out of George Bush's mouth. That's my final answer. I expect 2 points for that answer.
Well, Dr. Convoluted, for the purposes of our game show, I need one name.
All right, I'll say George W. Bush.
That is incorrect, JB. Clarisse Lee, you have a chance. You've got the lead going. You have a chance to up your lead back to 2 points. Which popular Republican said this quote? The Iraqi forces are conducting the mother of all retreats.
Is it the first Bush? I don't know his full name. God damn. See, political science, that's not my thing in school. I don't know why I'm here. I'm sorry.
Well, we can accept the first Bush. The first Bush president, you mean?
Yes.
George Herbert Walker Bush? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, the H one. Yeah, George H. Bush.
That is incorrect.
Sorry. Okay.
Ron, please explain how JB just did the mother of all outthinking himself.
Yeah, like Dick Cheney said that.
Dick Cheney said it.
Dick Cheney did in fact say it.
I've never. So. It's why this show is called Anything Can Happen. I've never seen a contestant give the right answer and then talk themselves out of the right answer. Fantastic.
Well, again, I have certain skills. All right.
That was fantastic. So Clarisse has the lead going into round 2. I will now give you 3. Clarisse, you get to choose. So I'm gonna list the names of 3 categories. One of them is a fake category. If you pick that one, it's the superdelegate category, and JB will suddenly get 2 points, and he will have the lead going into round 2, and he will get to pick the category. If you pick one of the real categories, the points stay the same. You go into round 2 with a lead and the category of your choosing. So the 3 categories to choose from are name that dictator, hold on. Sorry, there's a lot to scroll through.
That's okay. There's a break in between, like, name that dictator. I was like, okay. It could have stopped. Sorry, I don't know if this is clean or not.
Yeah, it's relatively clean. So it's name that dictator. Then there is name that empire, goofy laws and policies around the world. And lobby group or non-for-profit?
Ooh.
I'm going to name that empire.
Name that empire. is a real category. Congratulations. That is the category we are doing going into round 2. The fake one was lobby or charity group.
So we might, my prediction might not come to fruition here, Graham, because they did pick a low point category.
They did pick a low point category. That is true.
Nothing wrong with that. It's just less points on the board to be had.
That's
still a fun category.
Very
so we
fun
might
category.
not see the double digits.
So Name That Empire is goofy laws and policies around the world. I will read a crazy law or policy and give you 4 choices to choose from. An A, B, C, and D. If you pick the right one, you get a point. If you're wrong, the other contestant has a chance to answer correctly. But there's only 1 point per question in this round, as opposed to last round where you had 2 points per question. Clarisse has the lead, 3-2, in an exciting first round where we got to see we got to see the 2 strategies head to head. The just guess has the lead and the overthinking. It's fantastic. All right, Clarisse. Well, no, it's the same thing. Raise your hand. First person to raise their hand gets to answer the question. Name that empire. You can't wash your neighbor's car without permission. Better plan a better surprise party. Is that law in A, London, England, B, Tehran, Iran, C, Los Angeles, California, D, Tokyo, Japan?
Clarisse?
D, Tokyo, Japan.
That is incorrect. JB, a chance to pick up a point and tie it going early into round 2. I will read the law again. You can't wash your neighbor's car without permission. Better plan a better surprise party. A, London, England. B, Tehran, Iran. C, Los Angeles, California. D, Tokyo, Japan.
I'm going to have to go with Los Angeles, California, though I did not know that it was an empire.
Well, it is in the United States, which is absolutely an empire. So
Okay.
that answer is correct, JB. Congratulations. You just tied us up. Ooh.
Nice. Neck and neck.
Now, JB, how did you not overthink that question? How did you get to that? How did you get that logic?
Water. That was it.
That's smart. That's smart. You just went by it's a drought state.
Yeah, exactly. So
all right. Tehran
just I know, just do as little thinking and analyzing as possible, and then maybe I have a chance.
All right. Second question in round 2. There are 3 questions in round 2. We are all tied up at 3 apiece. But Ron, we know we've seen ties come
Ties turn into blowouts, turn into, oh yeah, anything can happen here, Graham. It's neck and neck right now. 2 points still at stake.
2 points still at stake. Ties turn into blowouts. Name that empire. Which empire has the following law? Free the fish. Fish bowls are illegal here. Is that A, New York, New York, B, Tokyo, Japan, C, Rome, Italy, D, Copenhagen, Denmark?
D,
Clarisse?
Denmark.
That is incorrect, Clarisse. Tied at 3, JB has a chance to take his first ever lead on the game tonight. JB, fish bowls are illegal here. Is that New York, New York? Or B, Tokyo, Japan? C, Rome, Italy? D, Copenhagen, Denmark?
And Clarisse, you said D? You said Copenhagen?
Yeah. Yes, she did.
So maybe I should say Copenhagen. Maybe the second time. What I'll do is I think if we analyze the language that Clarisse used to say Copenhagen, maybe she pronounced it wrong. Yeah, that's my way in here. It's Copenhagen. Yes, that's the right answer. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking out loud. I'm going to have to go with Tokyo, Japan.
And I'm going to have to go. This game is still tied. Ron Placone, tell everybody what city
Rome,
has
Italy.
this law.
Roma, Italia. Yep. Rome.
Roma.
Yeah.
Rome has no laws. How can they have a law against fish
The
bones?
fish cannot be in a bowl. The fish need to be
I
a free. My family came over from Italy once, and like we had some pet goldfish at the time, and they were very offended. We didn't understand what was going on, but then we found out. They were like, "Well, in Rome,
Maybe
can't do
Jesus
that."
was against it or something.
Wow. All right.
So we're tied going into the final question.
Yes. 3-3, and then there's one more round after this. So you're tied going into the final question, round 2, and then there is one more round, which we usually do religious law or state law. And that's in round 3. It's back to there's two points potentially per question.
Okay.
Everybody watching the show, please hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed, whatever platform you're watching. And remember, anything can happen. All right, here we go. Final question of round 2. Clarisse 3, JB 3. Thank you to Kate and Holly, our moderators. Kate is our scorekeeper. Final question. Name that empire. The police chief in this city blamed BLM protesters for the death of George Floyd, saying his blood is on your hands too. No disciplinary action was taken. Was this A, Minneapolis, Minnesota, B, Helena, Montana, C, Portland, Oregon, or D, Los Angeles, California?
JB. Is your hand still up?
Yeah.
It was up.
I'm sorry. I think I got a little glitch. Can you just read the question one more time?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
The police chief in the city blamed BLM protesters for the death of George Floyd, saying his, quote, his blood is on your hands too, quote, no disciplinary action was taken. Was this said in A, Minneapolis, Minnesota, B, Helena, Montana, C, Portland, Oregon, or D, Los Angeles, California? So the police chief in one of those cities said that.
I see. Okay. Oh, but you can take it, Clarisse.
So JB, you're not.
You're not. Your hand's not raised.
It was. I did raise it, but then literally it cut out, and I couldn't hear the second part of the question because I just heard George Floyd in what city, and I raised my hand based on that.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay, fair enough.
So I didn't get to hear the actual phrasing of the question, but I will defer to Clarisse.
All right, Clarisse. Okay. Which city?
A, Minneapolis.
That is incorrect. JB, you now have a chance to take the lead going into round 3. I will read it again. The police chief in this city blamed BLM protesters for the death of George Floyd, saying his blood is on your hands too. No disciplinary action was taken. The remaining cities are Helena, Montana, C, Portland, Oregon, or D, Los Angeles, California.
I'm going to have to go with Portland.
That is incorrect. Ron, tell him which city has a horrible police chief.
Well, probably all of them.
All of them.
The person who said this was in Los Angeles, and it was Police Chief Michael Moore.
Whoa.
Yeah,
yep.
Not the filmmaker, different dude.
And still has a job.
Yep.
This is also the chief of police who last summer, the bomb squad literally blew up a city block. And they get 54% of the city's operating budget. They get $3.2 billion, while programs for youth, like youth programs, $2 million. That's the city of Los Angeles. Just to give you kind of a little something to think about. So when people talk
You're
about...
going to love it here, Clarisse. Don't listen to him.
Oh, no.
It's a wonderful town. Traffic is great all the time.
I'm glad I have you, Ron. Woo.
Yes. Yes. And there's no wealth disparities. There's
Everybody is friendly and always makes eye contact. If somebody talks to you and is really outgoing, it's not because they think you can help them. It's because they're genuinely kind and warm people. It is that way 100% of the time.
Oh my God. I'm excited.
I'm ready
Cue
to
like
read that.
the I love LA, like that's music should just use. We love it. Tent cities by new high-rise developments. We love it. You know, an out of
It's
control
almost like
police
Hawaii
force.
now.
Yeah. Oh, Clarisse,
Ooh.
it'll take all of Hawaii's
Oh.
problems and magnify them.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like parts of Honolulu is becoming a mini LA. It's kind of crazy.
Yes.
It was not like that. It was countryside when I was growing up.
Yep.
Wow.
It's crazy. Yeah.
That's late stage toxic capitalism, folks, doing a fantastic job.
Well, a lot of times when people come to LA, like they're just like, well, hey, I mean, you can't beat the weather. But I mean, to say that to someone from Hawaii, it's like, well, yeah, you
Yeah.
can actually. So
It's crazy because
I don't know what to
everyone
tell you.
talks about that. No, everyone loves weather, and I'm like, I've been here my whole life. I never want to see the sun ever. I want to live with Twilight vampires. That's where I am.
Okay.
I totally get that because I know some people like having lived here and it's beautiful and fantastic, but I understand if you grew up here being like, I need to see a change of I need to see something different other than
I need to see seasons.
Yeah. There's no seasons here. It's just 82 and sunny and then 82 with maybe a little rain.
Yeah, and at Christmas is 82 and sunny with a Santa hat. That's it.
Yeah, that's you don't know. There's no passage of time here. I don't know what like. You could just get lost here. There's not even like they don't set the clocks back, so there's not even like it gets dark earlier. It's surfing and there's beautiful and yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
This is heaven.
Final round, our final category, and we're still tied at 3. 2 questions where JB could have taken a lead. Clarisse could have gone back in the lead, but we are deadlocked at 3. Ron, your double-digit thing doesn't seem like it might be happening.
Yeah, probably not. But either way, it's a very close competitive game, so that's all you can ask for.
Well, that's what we want, Ron. We've seen some blowouts, and we want it close. 3 questions in the third and final round, which is religious law or state law.
Okay.
I'm going to read a law. You tell me if raise your hand, like Democrat or Republican, say religious law or state law. If you get that right, you get a point. And then you have a chance at a second point if you can guess either the state that has the law or the religion, either religion or religious book that has the law.
Now,
so there are.
Graham,
Yes.
we did add an additional thing here. If you look at 73, 74, and 75,
I see that.
Yeah, so we are going to make it easier for folks. It's it was a little difficult having 50 states to choose from, so we're going to narrow it down a little bit. So once it's religious law or state law, the first answer you will say religious law or state law. And then after that, you will have options for the religion or state.
Thank you for that clarification, Ron Placone.
Okay.
Yes. So once we've determined if it's a religious law or state law, then I will read the 4 choices of either the religion or the state, and you get to pick one of those. And if you pick incorrectly, the other contestant, of course, will have a chance at that point. 6 points remaining in this final round. Someone could walk out of here 9-3 winner, or we could be dead even again. And that would mean sudden death, final Jeopardy, super deluxe cage match question.
Okay.
All right. Locked at 3. Final round. First question of the final round. Religious law or state law? Who let the dogs out? No, I'm sorry. All right. Here's the religious law or state law. You can't take a lion to the movies.
JB.
State law.
JB, that is correct. You just got a point and your first lead of the night. I will read 4 states. You tell us which state this came from. Is it a state law in A, New York, B, Maryland, C, Pennsylvania, D, California?
California.
Incorrect. Clarisse, a chance to tie this up again, making this the most hotly contested anything can happen the world has ever seen. I will read the law again. You can't take a lion to the movies. That is a state law. Is it A, New York, B, Maryland, C, Pennsylvania, or D, California?
God, those are such like far and cold states.
Which is
New York.
That is incorrect. So JB maintains the lead. Ron, tell everybody what state has that crazy lion in the movie theater law.
Maryland. Which, I mean, I would have guessed California because I would have thought like that's probably where somebody tried to do that. So there was some premiere and some asshole was like, I'm bringing a lion to this thing. Yeah. I'm going to walk the red carpet with a lion. And they're like, well, I guess we need to make this law now because of you. But no, it wasn't California. And I intentionally did not make Florida one of the options because I figured, those two. It's just like, well, it's either Florida or California. So, but it's Maryland.
Okay. Also, too, California has lions in it, so you'd have thought it would have been California. And again, true, you would have thought some executive at MGM would have tried that years ago, and then somebody got mauled, and they were like, "Oh, we can't."
That was my thinking.
Yeah, that's good thinking, JB. But no, the answer was Maryland. But JB, you now have your first ever lead. But there are 2 questions remaining in the entire show. So, Ron,
anything can happen.
1 point lead.
1 point lead. That's basically nothing. This game's still up for grabs, Graham. We might not get the double digits, but we got a neck and neck contest.
I mean, this lead could disappear like an elk on the beach in San Pedro.
Totally.
All right. Second to last question. State law or religious law? You can't wash a mule on the sidewalk.
JB.
That's a state law.
JB just extended his lead to 2 points. I will read you 4 states. Tell us which state has this law. Is it A, Virginia, B, North Carolina, C, Georgia, D, Oregon?
I know this for a fact because I tried to wash my mule. I was in Eugene for a long weekend, and I had both a horse and a mule, and I'm washing my horse and my mule. I get a ticket. They're like, horse, fine. Mule, that doesn't fly here in Eugene. I said, what? Is this just Eugene? They said, no, all of Oregon. You cannot wash your mule here in Oregon. I spent the weekend in jail in Eugene, so I know for a fact it's Oregon. 1 point.
Man, God, you work in politics, because if you just sound convincing enough and spewing bullshit, it sounds believable. Like if I didn't have the answer in front of me, I go, wow, that's clearly he's telling the truth. That's just, I love the, that is obviously incorrect, JB, but I love the selling of it. Like, I'm in Oregon on a long weekend with my mule, as we all are,
So that was such a convincing story. I was like, wow, maybe Biden did just hire this guy. That's like those are like some of the stories he had.
Right.
That is incorrect. Clarisse, JB has a 2-point lead. This is a critical juncture here for you to try to get close before we go into our final question. I will read the state law again. You can't wash a mule on the sidewalk. Is this A, Virginia, B, North Carolina, C, Georgia, or D, Oregon?
Virginia.
Clarisse Lee, congratulations. You just got another point. Ooh, this is a tight contest. Wow.
When will I ever use this information?
I can only assume it makes me want to go to Virginia now with a mule and just test it out. Just see
see if they're still enforcing that.
Yeah. Or if everybody is mad. Like, what are you doing? Come on. You can't clean your mule on the sidewalk. Well, I'm part of this, Clarisse. I want you to be very knowledgeable of now that you're going to be living on the mainland for the first time, of how insane the mainland really is.
Thank you so much. I think I need this. Yeah.
They might ask you that at Border Patrol. They might be like, where can you not wash a mule? And if you say Virginia, they'll be like, welcome. That's good.
Welcome.
Yeah.
That's good. You know that.
Yeah.
I'm going to blend right in. So excited.
All right. Final question of the night. JB has a slim 1-point lead. 2 points remain in this final question. State law or religious law? Monks cannot touch or handle money.
Clarisse.
Religious.
That is correct. You just tied it up at 5 apiece. I will read 4 different religions.
Oh man.
If you get this correct, you are the winner and get the coveted Ron Placone elk's head. If you do not get this correct, JB Opdycke has the chance to overthink this and still lose and turn this into a tie.
Give me that chance, Clarisse. Give me that chance.
So we are now tied at 5 apiece. Monks cannot touch or handle money. Is that religious law? A, Catholicism. B, Buddhism. C, Judaism. D, Scientology.
Where's Clarisse?
Clarisse, did we lose her?
No, we lost her for a second.
Did you hear the question, Clarisse? Can you hear us? Oh, we lost her.
Or she's just looking up the answer. We're not sure.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I'm having tech issues. And she's just like.
Or it's E, existentialism, and she's giving a kind of a performatory expression to her answer.
Yes, JB. It's always the esoteric, bizarre. Oh, we lost Clarisse right in the moment of truth. This is when technology goes down. We are locked at 5. She just, to bring everybody up to speed, Clarisse Lee just tied it up on the final question. She has a chance here to win the entire game outright. After having the lead, losing the lead, we've lost her again. We can only assume this is the anti-mule coalition from Virginia that is trying to prevent her. Clarisse, are you back? No.
Graham, I got stories about the anti-mule coalition in Virginia. Well, you know, those guys play serious hardball politics. Their lobbying operation is very, very strong.
And they're big into gerrymandering, right?
They invented the word, Graham.
They draw the districts around a mule, and that's how it works out for their donors.
People don't know this, but Governor Jerry, or Gary, as his name was pronounced back in Massachusetts in 1804, was he owned a whole mule stable. He was a mule driver. The man bred mules and literally did gerrymandering as a way to empower that mule lobby to keep them in every district in Massachusetts. And that spread to Virginia by 1840 is when they really grabbed control in Virginia.
Well, and that's why when Virginia and Massachusetts were having their disagreements, that's why Virginia started that law.
Yeah,
you think
Adams and Jefferson was about the Constitution? No, it was mules.
It was all
mules.
Well, that's what I did. They're pissed at Massachusetts, so they're like, "Oh, yeah, but guess what? You can't wash your mules here anymore." And they're like, "We're bringing our mules down from Massachusetts. We break in Virginia and we wash them." And they're like, "Well, you can't do that anymore. Keep going all the way to Florida." It was a douche move, but yeah, started a lot of tension.
I'm going to make an unprecedented move here. I don't think it's ever been done on Anything Can Happen. But what's the name of your show? Anything Can Happen.
Clarisse, you there?
I'm back.
Oh,
My
you're
mom
back.
called. My mom heard about the mule, and she was just like, "No way!" And no, my phone just spammed.
We were learning some amazing stuff about mule gerrymandering history while you were handling your tech issues, and JB was.
I was going to make a move, which was to answer the question for Clarisse, to give her the point. That's what I was going to do.
That has happened before in this game.
That has happened.
Wow.
We have had people gift points before.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
We've had people concede. We've had people. So that's thank you for that offer, JB, to mansplain the answer for Clarisse.
Not mansplaining. It's called gifting. It's called man gifting.
Oh, man gets a lot of things, that's for sure.
It's a man gift. All right, Clarisse. First of all, I want to say this: if I'm ever president, JB, you have to be my press secretary, so you can just spew bullshit just 24/7, and everyone will believe you. Everyone will believe you. Keep that kind of gray beard thing and the glasses, and you can sell anybody anything.
I just love that Eugene Mule guy.
Now,
he
look,
speaks my language, you know.
The rumors about President Elwood's hooker and cocaine weekends, fake news. Okay, never happened. All right. Well, it happened, but it never really happened. I would stick to that, Graham. Don't worry about it.
JB, you'd be like the perfect spokesperson for Spectrum, Time Warner Cable. You know that, right? Like, you look like every cable guy. Relatable, nice. You know? Like, if you showed up at my doorstep, I'd be like, yeah, okay. I'll switch over to your network.
I'd sell you some DSL and...
Yeah.
All right.
That's what JB does. He's a fundraiser.
I got a backup career.
All right. Back to the game at hand. Clarisse answered correctly that monks cannot touch or handle money is a religious law. Clarisse, I'm going to read you 4 religions. You tell us which is the right one. If you answer correctly, you are the winner. If it is incorrect, JB has the chance to win the whole game. So, Clarisse, is it A, Catholicism, B, Buddhism, C, Judaism, D, Scientology?
Oh my God. I'm going to have to say Buddhism.
And I'm going to have to say, Clarisse Lee, you're our winner tonight. Congratulations.
Right.
That is correct.
Well done, Clarisse.
It was amazing to watch. You have a lead, lose it, come back. That was just amazing. It was a fantastic contest. Before we talk to you, Clarisse, about what you got going on, JB, thanks for coming on the show, dude. We really appreciate you taking the time, and tell everybody how they can follow Open Primaries and get involved, and tell everybody real quickly what the organization is. I've done work for them. It's a fantastic non-partisan. It's really trying to end the control that both parties have, right?
Yes. I mean, yes. Do I want to be Joe Biden's press secretary? Sure. But in the meantime, I'm trying to restructure the political process so the parties don't have so much control and the voters have more control. It's called Open Primaries. You can go to openprimaries.org. And, we're trying to kick up a ruckus in a small but I think important way. Thanks for having me, Graham and Ron. And
dude,
Clarisse,
thanks for doing what you do.
well done.
Hey, thanks for your work, dude. I appreciate you coming and having fun on the show. And of course, many of you watch the show. You've probably seen some of the interviews we've done with JB in the past. So it's good I love when we have like serious people come on, when we talk serious on the show, and then you get to do the game show and it's like everyone gets to see it be fun. So we appreciate it, JB, and everybody go to opensecrets.org. Thanks for being on, dude.
Bye. Take care.
Nice meeting you, JB.
You too, Clarisse.
Good seeing you, JB. And also
Clarisse,
go to openprimaries.org.
Go to openprimaries.org. It's a really fantastic organization, and it can really drastically help change the political landscape. So Clarisse Lee, our winner, congratulations, Clarisse. See, you were like, I don't know much about, you beat a guy who's worked in politics for 30 years.
This is the same way that Trump won. This is the exact same way. I'm using his method. I don't know.
You're the Trump of game show contestants. That's fantastic. That's
a great label to have. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's funny. I didn't think I would get the last question because I'm like, I was just gonna say Buddhism, and then I'm like, well, then I guess all the monks that I've seen are not real monks because they've all touched money. So
yes, yes, it's one of those obscure religious laws. Well, I know you're moving to Los Angeles, but where can people follow you online and check out? You've got live shows here on Oahu, and of course, you'll start performing in LA. So where can people follow you online?
absolutely, all my stuff is on my Instagram at Clarisse_comedy. It's all there, all the craziness, all the transitions, all the shows, the online stuff.
Awesome. Well, Clarisse, thank you so much for doing the show. This was a blast. We really appreciate you being on the show, and we'll see you soon. And good luck with the move to LA.
Thank you so much. You guys take care. Mwah.
Great job.
All right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Bye.
Meeting you. What a
Ron
fun one.
Placone. That was fantastic.
That was a fun contest, man. You know, that was just a steady contest. A lot of effort from both contestants, and you know, Lee Camp. I don't know if he still says this as one of his slogans, but he always he would say "kick apathy in the dick," which is a great slogan. And shout out to Lee for that one. But sometimes apathy is awesome, and in this game show, that seems to be the case. Just like, don't give a fuck, throw it at the wall, you're probably going to win.
Yes.
That's anything can happen.
That's anything can happen. And it was like, it was so amazing to watch JB outthink himself. It was just fantastic.
That was the first someone talked them. Now, we have had people where they're like, I want to say that's right answer, but also I'm going to go with wrong one. We have had that.
Right.
But we've never had this is right answer. But I'm thinking that maybe wrong answer said it. So really, right answer is definitely the right answer. And I know that. Oh, I have to say one name, wrong answer. That was a first.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Beautiful. That was pretty hilarious.
That 2-minute, like,
yeah,
you know, scavenger hunt through his logic.
We were all in his mind, man. We were watching his mind work. We were watching the sausage being made. Or the elk being strangled, if you will. That's another way they put it. And he just went wrong answer. Now, the only way I think it could have been even funnier is if Clarisse would have been like, I don't give a fuck about any of this. Dick Cheney, whatever. And then we'd be like, that's correct. You got another point. Only way it could have been funnier is if she would have guessed Dick Cheney. The whole time I was just like, oh man, please guess Dick Cheney. That'd be hilarious.
And her thing at the end of like, I'm like Donald Trump. Like Donald Trump didn't, remember, and he just wanted to come in third place, and Roger Ailes was going to give him his own channel on. That was what was.
Yeah, that's all he wanted. He just wanted a network, and then then he ended up, oh, you're president now, dude. What a country.
What a fantastic country. Like, what a fantastic country we live in.